What's going on, guys? This is Miyasin and welcome to my ABC Therion Kashtira deck profile. Basically, ABC featuring a lot of Yu-Gi-Mon cards that have basically nothing to do with ABC. I mean, to be fair, I'm actually lying because Regulus is basically like another ABC card at this point. Regulus in ABC is actually better than Regulus in like any other deck when I think about it. It's like an Omni-Negate and a Monstery board. You couldn't ask for any better. And now you might be thinking, but Yaksign, what the hell are the Kashtira cards doing there? Well, I don't have any arguments, but trust, okay? Anyways, before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram, and let's try to get this video to 1,000 likes. I know we can do it, and if we can get there, I will be making a beautiful, sexy live stream on this deck. And I was gonna say the deck profile is coming up tomorrow. I'm so stupid. This is usually what I say when I'm making up a combo video, because this is the deck profile. And this is, by the way, what you should be looking forward to every single time I make these combo videos and deck profile segments on any given deck. It's always combo video, and then the day right after it's deck profile. Sometimes people are like, but Yaksign, are you going to be giving us a deck profile one day? And the answer is, yeah, no shit, it's gonna be tomorrow. Anyways, let's get right into it. Alright, so for the monster lineup, it's really simple. Triple Regulus, the card is broken, you're trying to draw it, because if you do, you kind of win. If you have like Regulus and Union Hanger, you actually have to put in a lot of effort to lose. It's gonna be like 6 interruptions on its own, just a 2-card combo. So yeah, it's just really insane. And technically, jokingly, you can indirectly search this card using like 2 level 4 monsters, because you can overlay into this boy right there, Spriggan's Merrymaker. Don't read the effect, it doesn't matter. And then you're going to be making Gigantic Champion Sargas on top. You know, don't sweat it. It's basically like a Downward Magician. The card's crazy. And then once per turn, you can search any Spriggan's or Therion card just like that for free from your deck to your hand. And it has like some other neat effects that are pretty broken. And then you never had to detach anything for that, so you can also make a 4 material Zeus. So if you want to play that package in your extra deck, you definitely can do that. But I want to say summoning a rank 4 in this deck without using a bunch of effects might be a little hard, so going second, making a Zeus with 4 materials, basically meant that your opponent had like 0 negates, which is very unrealistic. But yeah, this card is really nasty, and it's also very easily searchable by your 10 billion field spells. So Terraforming, Set Rotation, Double Discalcium, as well as the Triple Tactic Tasking that you're always going to be conveniently drawing when your opponent hits you with like a Bestiole or like a Gamma or something, and you're going to be like, haha, it didn't do anything against me because I'm skillfully drawing the perfect one-of to answer the situation. So yeah, moral of the story, just be good at the game and improve. Anyways, the Kashtira cards, Double Unicorn and Double Fenrir. Again, I don't really have any arguments for playing these cards. I just wanted some good cards that are cards that you can link off with one of your letters so that you can unbreak weird hands. If you have seen my if you've seen my combo video that I uploaded yesterday, you will be able to understand a little easier. But it's just like good cards overall. So if you want to play like hand traps instead, you could, but then your deck might have too many hand traps and you might actually start losing to like random BS. Because if you play like 15 hand traps in a very normal summon heavy deck, yeah, it's not gonna work because you don't really have a lot of extenders. So you're going to have to apply pressure without relying too much on your normal summon, and the Kashtira cards are really good at doing that. So that's the reason why they are here. It's basically to fix an issue that ABC inherently has, and when combined with the Therion cards, you end up with a deck that can naturally break through a bunch of negates. So it's the kind of thing that is really difficult to like actually explain if you're not really well experienced with ABC, but if you do know how ABC operates, this should be like second nature to you. Anyways, one Union Driver, the card sucks, you're not trying to draw it. It's what you're trying to equip with Union Hanger to your ABC monsters, because if you equip Union Driver, you can banish it and equip another letter, and then special summon it. Whereas if you equip that letter directly to your monster with Union Hanger, you would not be able to special summon it right away. And then for the letters, double Assault Core, double Crush Wyvern, and then triple Buster Drake. So playing 3 Assault Core and 3 Crush Wyvern will be way too much. And you could definitely play 2 Buster Drake if you really want to. That is up to you, but Buster Drake is like an actual good letter, because it searches from the deck to the hand, which is the best mechanic. It can actually unbreak you just on its own if you have some other extenders like a Kashtira monster as well as Regulus. So you can actually go into like an ABC Dragon Buster just with Buster Drake without Union Hanger or anything else. So that's the reason why I actually prefer it over the other letters. But again, playing 2 copies of this card definitely makes sense. But play 3 copies of the other monsters makes 0 sense. So yeah, that's it for the monsters. Again, if you play too many hand traps, it's not going to work out too well. For the consistency cards, triple Pot of Prosperity, obviously it's a really good one. You can also play Magician Souls, but I'm not playing the Brave Token engine, so I definitely don't recommend it in this version. The Brave Token version with Magician Souls is very nasty when it works out, but when it doesn't, your deck breaks too much and you just immediately lose. So this is probably the most consistent way to play the deck, at least right now. And then 3 copies of Unauthorized Reactivation. It's very debatable whether you want to play 3 or 2 copies of this card, but right now I'm on 3 because if I draw it with one of my letters, it's full combo guaranteed. It's basically the equivalent of drawing Union Hanger on its own, so it's worse than Union Hanger, but I'll take worse than Union Hanger if it's better than nothing, in a way. And then for the other cards, Kashtira Birth, this is what you were searching with Unicorn, and then you can revive back your Fenrir or Unicorn after you link it off, so it's just a really good card. Terraforming, obviously, set rotation. You have like so many field spells in this deck that you can give to your opponents. It's pretty nice. And you can also play around like Evenly and Imperm with set rotation. That's actually not too bad because a lot of people are playing Imperm this format. And again, if you're giving a card to your opponent, you can't use Imperm because you control a card on the field. So that's the reason why it's there. But it's just a one-off. So it's like I'll take what I can use, but I'm not really relying on drawing set rotation. Except if you're good at stacking. Haha, no, I never said that. Oh my god, I'm probably gonna get banned. Anyways, triple Union Hanger, no shit. Double Therion field spell, the Kashtira field spell. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to play multiple copies of this card. You only have like 2 monsters to search. And even though this card could definitely also be played as a one-of, I think it's just like so good because searching Regulus is better than searching the Kashtiras. So I figured like playing 5 Therion access cards and then 5 Kashtira access cards would probably be the best way to like balance things out. So again, everything is well thought out, man. 10 billion IQ here. Not really. Anyways, for the hand traps, only Ash and Imperm. Just wanted some generic stuff that could hit a bunch of a bit of everything, really. And Imperm is obviously the better one because it doesn't turn on the triple tactic cards. And Ash is like the most generic one, but it's not really the strongest or the most impactful, and drawing multiple Ash is bad, whereas drawing multiple Imperm is far from bad, the majority of the time at least. Well, it's bad against trap decks, but who the hell is playing trap decks in 2023? Absolutely nobody. Anyways, for the utility cards that can literally be anything, it really depends on what you want in your deck. I wanted diversity, variety in the amount of board breakers or potential going first cards that I wanted to play. So 1 copy of triple tactic talents, 1 of the tasking, as well as a dark ruler and evenly. So because of the nature of tasking, you can actually search any of these cards, meaning that these cards are like 2-ofs when you have like access to tasking, meaning that you don't really have to max out on any of them, because this card will always be like the way to get to these cards, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really like this approach, and it makes it so that you can never draw duplicates and never break on undesirable cards too often. So this card is like the only way to make one-ofs very logical in deck building, because they're no longer like unsearchable sacky bullshit one-ofs. It actually makes sense to play. But yeah, going second, this card is nasty. And you can also excavate this card with Prosperity. If you banish 6 cards, it's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to be getting one of these cards going second. The odds are pretty high, and if you do, you're winning pretty much all of your games. So that's the beauty about Proud of Prosperity. Anyways, for the extra deck, triple ABC Dragon Buster, Zeus, as well as Gear Gigant X, Baguska, Dweller, Underworld Goddess. This is because of the Masquerena. Also allows you to out the Towers-esque monsters that exist in Yu-Gi-Oh! Access code, Appaloosa, Unicorn, Phoenix, Platinum Gadget, Barricade, Borg Blocker. It is involved in a few combos, and you're playing a bunch of continuous and field spells in this deck. Well, only 1 continuous, which is the Kashtira Birth, but you're playing 6 field spells. So if you can get 1 in the graveyard, on the end phase you're going to be recurring it back with the Barricade Borg, and it doesn't actually have to stay on the field in order to apply that effect. And finally, the IP Masquerena, of course, so that you can summon Appaloosa as well as Unicorn and Underworld Goddess on your opponent's turn. But Unicorn is also a card that you're going to be summoning on your own turn after summoning Phoenix, and then you're going to be summoning Access Code after that. And you're going to have like so many letters in your grave that you can summon Double Buster and kill your opponent from there. So yeah, that's it for the main deck and extra deck. And for the idea section, I have Justice Cycle Reader. It's a searchable hand shop off of Gear Gigant, but it's not really relevant. Cyberstein, don't really recommend it. Magician Souls, I already talked about it. Nature Exterior because of Cyberstein. Illusion of Chaos, it goes alongside Magician Souls. And then the Sargas package, Arise Art when you're going second against Kashtira. It's pretty good. It allows you to make a Zeus without actually having to use any effects. And then Tornado, Bujinte Tsukuyomi, Spriggan's Merrymaker because of the Sargas. And then Ahashima and Forbidden Droplet. Droplet being pretty nice in this deck because when you're setting letters, sending letters, you're actually triggering them, at least from the field. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.